Hello, book friends. Thank you for tuning in today. Court is now in session. As you know, a conflict has broken out in Israel. Originally, I was scheduled to be on a tour during this very time in Israel, but I canceled it for a trip to Alaska instead. So my heart stands with the Israeli people at this time. The Jewish people have my heart, and this particular video series is dedicated to the people of Israel. We are going to discuss world wars and the suppression of the Jewish people across time. I'm going to come to you with my favorite author on this topic. Now, these books are easily readable. If you are unacquainted with the atrocities that happened during the World War, this is a series of books that will explain everything easily, succinctly. It looks like a large read, but it's a page turner. We are going to discuss one of my favorite authors today. Her name's Jennifer Nielsen. I literally appreciate every book series she's ever written except for one. Where Jennifer Nielsen shines is in her coverage of World War II, and you're going to enjoy these books as much as I do. So let's get started. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please reach out to me at bookandgavel@gmail.com, or you can find me on my Facebook page, The Book Judge. The first book I ever read of Jennifer Nielsen is A Night Divided. This was a very intriguing read. I really appreciated the perspective. This cover gives you an idea of what the book is about. I highly recommend it. It has 2 thumbs up. It is a winner, a vote yes at the Book Judge. When you get this book, I want you to look at who the book is dedicated to. I want you to notice the endnotes and some discussion at the end. This book is well written, well thought through. It is good reading for middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, and adults. I actually bought all these books for my father, who's 87, and he enjoyed every single one of them. So get A Night Divided today and start looking at the atrocities that took place over time. Jennifer Nielsen is a very redeeming person. She always has a redeeming arc in her stories. This book has one, and it won't disappoint. This will always be in my top 10 favorite, this World War series that she wrote. Next, a second book by Jennifer Nielsen. This is a well-written book. It's tight. It's connected. It lets you know the sacrifice that took place during World War II. The cover is engaging. Notice this young lady on the front. She has a book behind her back. Why? And who is she staring down? These things really happened. So take the time to get this book. Again, always look at who Jennifer Nielsen dedicates her books to. She is very good at doing her homework, and she also has some firsthand accounts and perspectives in her World War II writing. This book is fantastic. It's scary, it's hard, but again, it's wonderful for middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students. I will always keep this book on my shelf. Resistance. This is a larger book from Jennifer Nielsen, but the cover is engaging and the title is even more capturing of our attention. Resistance. There's something about us that resists tyranny. And we see a young lady standing in front of a tank and we wonder, how could she be this brave? The story is intense. I won't lie about that, but it is a necessary read. I just can hardly fathom how brave these young men and women during wartime were. They were not a soft generation. They did whatever it took to help end the war and save lives. This book is about this very topic. I'm so impressed with the writing. Again, open the cover. See who Jennifer Nielsen dedicates it to. Ask yourself, why is this book a little bit longer? And then read what she has to say at the end. So this book would be wonderful for middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, and as an adult, I thought it was fantastic writing. I would so enjoy meeting Jennifer Nielsen and her perspective. Her writing really came to life for me. Get a book like this and see what others did to stop evil. Rescue. If that's not an engaging title, I don't know what is. And once again, we have a young female character on the front. I don't want the fact that you're seeing female characters on these books to deter any young man from reading these two. These books are good for young men and young women. A young lady is on the front. We see all the destruction around her. This doesn't even begin to describe what really took place during wartime. And she writes her books in such a way you can relate to them even now in the 2020s. It's October 2023, but you want to know what happens, even though we have history and we know how things turn out. This is a unique perspective. I will link this book below. Have it on your shelf. I will be keeping this book forever. This book is kind of hard to get at times. Lines of Courage. What a title. What lines of courage is Jennifer Nielsen referring to? This book is fantastic. Both young men and young women should read it. I would like to know what piqued her interest in writing about the world wars. We do get a hint of why her interest is piqued when we read who the book is dedicated to and when we read some of her end comments or end notes. She did her research. She brought to us a book with the most fascinating perspective on this, and I really appreciate the time she took to tell this story. I will link this book below. It makes for wonderful fall and winter reading, and it might help you understand why the Jewish people are once again being persecuted. It's not okay, but I appreciate the fact that Jennifer Nielsen takes a stand on this issue. I appreciate her entire series. I'm going to link all of these titles below. I want you to get these. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, it doesn't matter. And I want to thank Jennifer Nielsen for taking time to write these books. So from my heart to yours, I highly endorse all of these titles. I'm going to link them below for you. Please get them. If you don't have time to read, get the audiobook. Thank you, book friends, and I'll see you next time with more recommendations for guys and gals. We're going to set apart some books that guys like better and girls like better. But today, I gave you something that everybody should read about and everybody should enjoy. Get the books today, build your own library, subscribe, reach out to me with a World War II book that you think is fantastic, and I'll give it once over. I will read through it. You can reach me through bookandgavel@gmail.com. My heart goes out to Israel. My heart stands with the Jews. And hopefully by this time next week, we will have better news about what's taking place in Israel. God bless, and we'll see you next time at the Book Judge.